Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be teaching you how to draw a basic skirt pattern using your measurement. This pattern is beginners friendly and forms the base for many skirt styles. So let's get right into it. The measurements you'll be needing your waist circumference, your hip circumference, your waist to hip length, then your skirt length. Now I'm going to mark a vertical line of 1 inch as the starting point, which will be my waistline. Then connect it together. Then from that waistline, I'm going to measure my hip line. For this, my hip line is 8 inches. So I'm going to mark out 8 inches and connect it. I'll connect the dots to form a straight line. Then the desired skirt length. For these, I'm using the skirt length of 22 inches. Connect that also into a straight line. The next thing is to divide your waist measurement and your hip measurement by 4 inches. So on the waistline, I'm going to be marking quarter of my waist. That is 32 inches divided by 4. I have 8 inches. I'll mark 8 inches. On the hip line, I'll mark quarter of my hip measurement. My hip is 40 inches. Divided by 4, I'm going to be marking 10 inches. Then for the hem line, I'm going to be imputing my lap measurement. To get your lap measurement for a pencil skirt, your hip minus 4 divided by 4. So my hip is 40 inches minus 4 will give me 36 inches. Divided by 4 will give me 8 inches. So I'll mark out 8 inches there at the hem line. But if it's a free straight skirt you are making, you can input your hip measurement at that hem line also. And 4 is not a constant. You can decide to minus 5, depending on how fitted you want to be. Then connect the points. Use your ruler to connect the waist to the hip and then to the hem line to create a smooth shape. Now I'm going to be adding the dart. On the waistline, mark the dart position. For this, I'm using 4 inches. I divided my waistline by 4. Then the dart length is 4 inches also for the front. I'll connect it to mark a straight line. Then mark ½ inch on both sides of that point. That length should be 4 inches down for front skirt. Then draw your dart legs. I'll be adding back 1 inch allowance to my waistline. That is for the dart I added. Then connect it back to the hip. So these are our front pattern. On the waistline, at the center, I'm going to come down by ½ inch. And at the side, I'll go up by ½ inch. Then connect that together to give it a nice fitting at the waistline. So our front pattern is ready. Now I'm going to cut it out. But while cutting it out, the half-inch shaping I did at the center of the front pattern, I'm not going to cut it out yet, because I'll be using this front pattern to cut out my back pattern, and the back pattern does not have that center shaping. So now I'm going to draft the back pattern. I'm going to mark 1 inch from the tip of the paper as the starting line, which will also serve as my waistline. Then also mark out another 2 inches, from which I'll be taking out my zip allowance. Then connect that together. The next thing is to place the front pattern on the back pattern, making sure it aligns well. And it's going to start from the lines I marked. Then trace the same front skirt shape on the back pattern. Then I'll cut it out. Now I have my back pattern. For the back dart, I'll mark the same 4 inches. Then make the dart 5 inches long. Dart placement is the same for both front and back. The only difference is the length. Mark half an inch on both sides. Then connect it back to the dart leg. At the center, I'm going to mark 1 inch for the zipper allowance. So these are zipper allowance. And the dark part will be for the slits. For this is an open slit. So you measure from the hem of the skirt to how long you want your slit to be. These I marked 8 inches. If this is going to be a closed slit, from that 8 inches, you're going to extend your slit allowance with 2 inches or more. So that's if you're having a closed slit. You can see the extension. You can try to use 2 inches, you can try to use 1.5 or even more. That's for a closed slit. So now I'm going to cut out the 1/2 inch at the center of the front pattern. Then cut out the excess on the back pattern. So this pattern, this back pattern now is for a closed slit. That is overlapping slit. But if you don't want an overlapping slit and you want an open slit, then you eliminate that excess. And this will be our pattern. So our back pattern is also ready. And that's it. You now have a basic pattern ready for sewing. You can use this to sew a straight skirt or modify it into other styles. When placed on fabric, you add your sewing allowance all around before cutting out on the fabric. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment any questions you have in the comment section. See you in the next video.